LogicMonitor Elevate. So first of all, if you're not familiar with LogicMonitor, they are an end-to-end observability company. And if you're not familiar with observability, and Daniel, I know you're gonna chime in on the bigger picture after I talk about the announcements, but essentially, it's the ability to measure and observe and do something about the uh, tens of thousands of signals that you're getting from your applications, infrastructure, and devices. They LogicMonitor, I believe, is unique. They can not only do the public cloud, but they can also do the private cloud, as well as legacy infrastructure out there. And they brought out, the proverbial single pane of glass, single pane of gas, yeah, a single pane of glass observability platform called LM Envision, where all of the end-to-end observability that I talked about, you get on literally one display on your monitor. And they also improved, I would say, they improved the UI, so even normal people can use it. The second thing they did, and I was actually part, in all full disclosure, I did a keynote there, and I was talking about um, this whole notion of readiness and resiliency. And what the company put together was this framework for CIOs, people who work for CIOs, to look at themselves and ask. It's a set of 7 categories with 40 KPIs. Ask themselves specific questions, kind of a self-diagnosis of visibility, resiliency, trust, experience, consistency, innovation, and the human factor. So super exciting. I'll put the link in the show notes, but my big message to the audience there was, IT, great job. You're more important than ever. But CX and the ability for what you do to impact customer experience has put you in the crosshairs of not just the CIO, but the CEO and the board of directors. And here is a good checklist of things to look at yourself with, maybe even self-report to the CEO on this idea of resiliency, which in CEO speak is about confidence, right? The confidence that you're going to have 9 nines when you need it. And then if something does break, you're going to find it before your customers find it, or the VP of sales. And you have an answer on what's going on. And then you can do some closed loop correction and automate so that problem hopefully doesn't happen again.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, observability really comes down to understanding the health and state of data in your system. There's a few different ways to define it. One of the things, I have a really great conversation at the 6.5 Summit with the head of observability for Splunk, and we basically talk a lot about the fact that there's a lot of misnomers. You got DevOps, SecOps, IT Ops, you got monitoring, and now we've got observability. And observability has become this really exciting, interesting area. You're seeing of course, companies like LogicMonitor and Splunk, and then, you're seeing companies like IBM making acquisitions. You're seeing, Cisco getting heavier into it. And of course, you can expect the hyperscalers will get more involved in it. Another way I've seen it kind of well defined is talking about full fidelity monitoring and troubleshooting across your applications, infrastructure, and user interfaces. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because sometimes I think when we talk about observability, it just goes right over people's heads. Like, we tend to almost place it inside one of these other things. Like, we say observability and people go, oh, monitoring. We go observability and people go monitoring with AI ops. You know what I mean? And so it is a little bit of that, but it's really about, understanding your entire data and application ecosystem and making sure that your systems are up, they're running, they're secure, and that your business is, you are in control of your business. And then, of course, you're going to see probably more and more security layered into this as well over time. I wasn't at LogicMonitor. I did not get the invite, so I'm going to sit and pout about that for just. Let's do a moment of silence.
I mean, Ray Wong was there.
I know,
I
I'm gonna do
was
a moment
there.
of silence. You were there. Ray was there. I saw Ray running around the stage.
Ray, I've never seen him present, and he was literally running around the stage. I mean, like back and forth. I was wondering why he had purple joggers on, and now I know.
Yes. And, so I saw it and it looked very interesting. So the good news about this particular segment is that, you're going up there has really brought them into my purview, and considering how much we cover observability and how much time we spend in this particular space, it's going to be good to follow this company a little bit more. It's a big market. It's a big opportunity. It's going to be critical as companies continue to deploy more complex infrastructure, multi-cloud, data in disparate destinations, locations, on-prem, clouds, and at the edge. We're going to need more and more high-quality solutions for observability. That it's going to be a growing market, and I expect that you and I are going to be weighing in on this a lot more.
Yeah, I totally agree. So it's pretty exciting. And to be honest, LogicMonitor was not even on my radar screen. Right, I was following Observe. I was following Splunk. I was following
Instana.
Cisco, with AppD. But no, it was a good. It's always good to get an indoctrination, and it's funny. I helped them with this the project on the IT assessment, and yeah, interesting stuff.